SCHSHL.
Drop that brightness.
Let me see the camera. How's that look better? Apologize about the slight delay. Had a couple of technical difficulties, but they're all worked out now, and we have a 2-1 game in favor of Longwood with just over 11 minutes remaining in the first period. Both of these teams putting together some good freshman seasons so far. The Lions off to a 4-4 start. KPC, their freshman team, the Black Squad, is 3-4-1. So just about Hockey 500 for both KPC and Hockey 500 for Longwood. Ervena getting the first 2 goals for Longwood, coming at 14:09 and 13:03, so that's a great start for Caesar. KPC with a couple more players on their bench tonight, so that's definitely going to help them down the stretch of this game. Lions will go back to the offensive end for another face-off draw. Back to the far point. Rattles around a couple of times. KPC take and try to wheel it past. Puck up into the neutral zone with just 5 minutes gone by in this first period. That early scoring definitely slowing down by a little bit. Stretch pass, broken up in the neutral zone. Lechmansky gets it ahead anyways. Puck rattling around down into the slot. Trainer trying to get it back to his goaltender and will be covered up. Carson Esero getting the start in net for KPC. Sherman getting the nod over on the opposite end for Longwood as puck races down over to the right wing corner. Caromed back around by KPC. Held in at the near point. Another dump in. Knights looking for the outlet pass. Uzzolo, plenty of room. Whips it across the opposite side. Joseph Schwartz lost it in his skates, still in the offensive end. Scooped up now. John Lechmansky plays a little chip and chase. Accidentally gives it over to Ryan Schwartz. Bats it ahead, taken back by Lechmansky. Good move from him. Passing it ahead, Crispin gives it back to Lechmansky, who's leveled down to the ice. Right in front of the KPC bench. They liked what they saw. Lions still have it, though. Schwartz, a takeaway down low, trying to flip it out of the zone, but accidentally flips it out of the rink. Obviously, no penalties for delay of game here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, so we'll stay 5-on-5 with 8:44 left in the first period. Puck dropped over in that right circle. Quick shot. It's broken up, and KPC might bring this into a breakaway. Coming in on net, it's Cohen looking for the passing option, but intercepted in transition. Good play from Cesar Ayurveda. A lot of players with a false start on that draw, so the referee doesn't drop the puck, and back into play now. Lions take it up the near boards. Aravena, he has plenty of space. Already sniffing out for his natural hat trick across the ice, and it goes all the way through the blue paint. Karam's out of the zone, and that Alliance defense has to chase forward. Good speed the opposite way. Knights now have it. Options at the blue line. Wrapped around, sent in front, but never to the stick of Cohen. It's another good play from Aravena. Aravena, again, onto a rush. Has it rolled off his stick. Takes a hit into the boards, leaves it behind him. For his brother, Sebastian, trying to fight it out in front, goes to the slot, takes an awkward hop. Extended stick, but taken by the Knights, trying for another rush up the ice, but once again, it's Aravena with the speed. Goes ahead to his brother. Sebastian forces it through. Pinched, but takes the shot anyways as he got it in front. Cesar Aravena, another wrister save made. Squeaks out, rebound out in front. Aravena trying to get on top of it. Couple different players there, and it's in the back of the net. 3-1 for Longwood now. Back up to that 2-goal lead they had earlier. Nice little glove save right there from the Longwood netminder. Spinella, another long wrister. Save, rebound, popped down for a second, but then covered up. Raymond Booz got the last goal for Longwood as KPC trying to shovel another shot from the far post. Sent down the ice, and we'll take another whistle for the icing at 6:09. Nice backhand lift from Lechmansky will clear the zone. Comes up with it again at the far point and flutters the puck into the offensive end. KPC have it down low, trying to find Schwartz at the perimeter to play it out. Wrapped around the boards again by the Lions. Touches down low. Booz after it into the corner. Nice takeaway from Schwartz. Couple of passes, and KPC are instantly into the offensive end. Zolo against Aravena. Almost a turnover out in front. Aravena to the near point, walks it down for a nice wrister. As Sherman adjusting his equipment on the left side of the play. Referee's just making sure he's set and ready to go before we get this puck drop. Obviously never want a goalie caught without his mask. That is a worst case scenario here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Sebastian Aravena fiddles it through a crowd, wrapping down low. A sweeping pass out in front. Rebound comes back, and a save is made. Sturo shutting it down out in front. John Leachmansky on the opportunity, so we'll go back to that right circle for another draw. Sebastian Aravena out to his brother for a long one. Aravena gets it back. Leachmansky couldn't hold it into the zone. It was batted away at the blue line by KPC. Lions fiddle it up the boards. 50-50 puck ensues. It's still up for grabs in the neutral zone as we have about 11 minutes gone by. Taking a look at the stats for this game. KPC and Longwood both giving up about 5 goals per game. Scoring over that for both of these teams at 5.1 and 5.4. Now the Knights having a little bit of trouble. Leachmansky in another takeaway, gets it past the blue line, held in by Boos. Worked out of the zone, and Cohen will go in first on the forecheck. Aravena against Cohen in the corner. Caesar with plenty of room, rims it around. Leachmansky will go after it. Boos. And Sebastian Aravena down low, trying to force the turnover. Blasted back to the opposite end. Caesar there to hold it, but had 2 Knights instantly in his face. They'll carry it out. Been a long shift for this Lions line. To the high slot, shot interrupted partially, still rattling around, and it's blasted over to the left side of the net. Leachmansky trying to find something to go. Hit missed over into the corner. Those two will go together. Little words after it as well with 2:30 to play in the first period. Another hit. That will go against Cesar Aravena. KPC with all kinds of time in the offensive end, but they haven't had a lot of shots or possession to show for it. There's one out in front. Sherman got all of it. Partial screen to make it a little bit harder as well. Good moves for KPC to hold it in. Blocker save, rebound comes off to the left side. Leachmansky gobbles it up and passes it off the boards. Now the Lions can in theory go for a change, but an icing called. $1:59 left in the first period. Referee having some word with both sides, wants to make sure this game stays clean. As KPC hemmed back into their own ends. Stretch pass. Carbona angled off. Sent out in front for a quick one-timer. Longwood lucky Now Malcolm Sherman got over in time to make the save. More tests upcoming. Puck rattles around and Longwood just barely able to work it free. Spinella on the pressure, worked past him. Sherman taps it off with his pads. Fredrickson sending it the length of the ice. Referee's going to call off the icing here. Mezzasalma putting this into a race. Allstat gets there first on the backhand, sends it in front. One-timer from Schwartz, once again saved by Sherman. With just 23 seconds left in the first period. Tuzzolo on the draw, puts it back on the net. Blocker stop from Sherman. Swiped across, it's Schwartz with it here on the near boards. Trying to walk past that hit, but is separated from the puck. Cesar Aravena looking for someone. Finds Gnofel. Poked off his stick. Now Schwartz will knock him down to the ice. Gets surrounded by 3 different Longwood players. The puck is still retained over on the red line. And finally the period will expire as we hit triple zeros for the first time. 3-1 in favor of Longwood after 15. We'll be right back here on the LI Sports Network. And we're back for the start of the second period here on the LI Sports Network. Lions scoring 3 times in the first period, just to the one of the Knights. Crispin giving it off. Sebastian Zaravena out in front for Lechmansky, who got just a little bit on it. Cohen trying to get it past the far point, but can't. Fredrickson was there to meet him. Worked around. Cesar Aravena trying to hold the zone now. Goes back for Aravena. Whips it across. Fredrickson with it again. Up to John Lechmansky. Tapped off Sebastian Aravena. Looking to go across the ice. Fanned on the pass partially. Comes loose into the slot. Crispin didn't get a whole lot on it. Fredrickson tapping it back down Main Street. KPC find their first hand onto it and do get it out of the zone. Caesar with it again. Has 2 goals in this game already. Looking to make it 3. Turns it over though. Another shot for Aravena. Rebound. Lechmansky, dangerous position, but fumbled with it a few too many times. Aravena trying to give it back. Lechmansky over, but not connecting it tape to tape. Centering feed was interrupted. Dangerous couple of looks right there for the Lions, but they'll come up empty-handed with about 1 minute and 20 gone by in the first period. That's how quickly they generated those opportunities. As Fredrickson will dip it back below his own goal line, trying to shake free from the forecheck of Cohen. Swings it off the far boards. It's a turnover, but KPC, dangerous, falling down in the spot that they did. Aravena, high slot. He scores! That's a hat trick for Caesar. 4-1 for Longwood. Spinella on the drop will touch it up first. Feathers a pass off to the opposite side. One more, and once again the Lions are past the blue line. Longwood really only playing with about 2 lines this game. Have a total of 11 skaters available. Do have 2 goaltenders, as Allstat will try to go through his legs on the pass, not accomplishing his mission. Who's had it but lost it. Waterman turns it over. Cesar Aravena gets through that stick check, but not the second. Goes back to Allstat, leading his team in goals this season. Long wrist shot, saved by Sherman. Aravena with it again. On the backhand, couldn't get it past Waterman. A little bit of support from his teammates, but KPC find it again. Fire up high, and it's a blocker stop. Allstat just barely called offsides at the blue line. Allstat trying to split a pair, but the puck was poked off to the left wing corner. Spinella now trying to get it around Waterman. Does fiddle past him. Here's Waterman. Hard tester, but Sherman was good for it. Now an opportunity for Longwood to skate. Spinella couldn't get all the way through the neutral zone, but here comes Cesar Aravena. He's always good for a shot. Couldn't connect with that one for his 4th goal of the game. It would make it a 5-1 lead for Longwood. Aravena couldn't get pushed off the puck there, turns it around. To Zolo to bring it past, but instantly batted out by Longwood. Comes back to Justin Mezzasalma. Trying to go up the ice as Schwartz challenged and knocked down. Go off to the left side of Sherman. Trainer trying to find a tip in front. Tuzolo just barely failed on the hand-eye coordination. Commack, he dices through. Around Mezzasalma for a shot down low. Rebound works its way around the goal line. Longwood now hound after it into the left wing corner. The Knights flip it ahead. Spinning down the ice. And it will go down for an icing with 10-11 to play in the middle frame. Sebastian on the draw. Pops forward to him, collects it on the backhand, trying to get around Mezzasalma for a shot. Another one! And he was interfered with, so a penalty will be upcoming on KPC. Longwood with a 3-goal advantage will go to the game's first power play. Be Mezzasalma off into the box. Sebastian Aravena will stay out on the ice. Fredrickson, a sweeping strike to try to hold the zone, but Casey got it out. Now he gets interrupted, and we're going to go to 4-on-4. So just 10 seconds gone by in the power play, and we'll be put to 4-on-4 action with a 10-second power play at the end of it for the Knights. Cohen will step in for the draw after his teammate got chased. Taken back by Cesar Aravena. Trying to get around all the poke checks and banks it off the boards for Fredrickson. He'll skate onto it in the right wing corner. Trying to work it up the wall. Taken away. Now a centering feed. Aravena stepped in front of it at the last second. Aravena, nice pass to Blue onto his forehand. Tripped down, no call. Longwood parents want something, but they're not going to get it. So it's Sebastian Aravena to go into his own zone for control. Rifles it off the boards and ahead, but KPC take it back. Cohen, tape to tape. Fumbled. Sebastian Aravena trying to get to it. Ryan Schwartz. Pressured. Gets it off to Cohen. For Chasey. Loads up the wrister. Save by Sherman. Down to 5 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Stella Picard took it into the offensive end, ripped off her stick. Sebastian Aravena has Spinella on his right side. Aravena, good move past Waterman. Off into the corner, sends it in front. Spinella got a stick on it as we are back to 5-on-5. So KPC's power play coming and going just like that. Having some more technical difficulties with the score bug, so the clock and power play are outdated information as try to get that fixed for you at home. Card bumps it up the boards for Skinner. Leads to a slight breakout. Allstat trying to go across the ice. Intercepted by Spinella. He'll spike it out of the zone. It's back for KPC again. Waterman will leave it off for Mezzasalma. Dumped into the offensive end again. Sturo trying to get it off to Meza Salma. Took an awkward hop. Luckily for KPC, all the Lions were deep into the end. Comes all the way out for Schwartz, and he'll just dump it into the zone and chase after it below the goal line. Schwartz into the corner. He takes some punishment there. This time the Longwood bench liking it. They'll start flying up the ice. Boos trying to go across. Lechmansky works with it. Lechmansky up high, but just above the crossbar. Comes around. Aravena at the blue line doing some work, but KPC fight for it, take it back. To Zolo. High wrister. Came off and almost into the back of the net. Sits free in the blue paint just for a second. Puck drop will go over to the right side. Sebastian Aravena couldn't win it out. KPC have it. Aravena and Nofel onto the forecheck. Fredrickson stepping up for the hit, and Spinella takes it into his own zone. Spinella goes off the boards, back into the offensive end. Schwartz fumbling with the puck, goes back for it, settles it down. Puts it back the way it came. And I think we'll get an offsides here. Potentially a hand pass, as it looks like the referees are going to move this into the offensive end for KPC. And someone's mouth guard down on the ice. Just under 4 minutes remaining in this second period. Pretty low event hockey, but Longwood still has a goal thanks to the score of Cesar Aravena. Completed his hat trick on the night, so he has 75% of Longwood's goals. Lamakia pressed into the wall. Puck hemmed up there for now. Dug out, goes right back to the pile. Lamakia now fiddling past to Zolo. Down to the left circle, trying to recover on his backhand to send it out in front, but was stood up. Chance for KPC to get back onto it in the corner as they're trailing by 3 and in some, not exactly desperate, but definitely a need for offense. Here's Cohen with a chance. Cohen from a new angle, trying to get it onto the backhand, but the net came off its moorings. Well defended by the Lions. Aravena dips below his own goal line, twirls it around, but it was cut in front of. KPC hold the zone thanks to Skinner. Second opportunity for Spinella. Knifed off his stick, and I believe we're going to get a penalty here. Interference is going to be the call. Colin Skinner will go off into the box. So Longwood back to another power play. They had one earlier in this period, but only used 10 seconds of it because they instantly took a penalty of themselves to go to 4-on-4. Sebastian Aravena will take the face-off. Allstat against Aravena. Allstat spins off of him, but Aravena got it off to Fredrickson, who has his eyes up ice. Gets slammed into the boards, and another dump into the offensive end for KPC. Aravena back with it again. 30 seconds gone by in the power play. Another big hit for KPC as they continue to play physical, but this is Spinella with it and numbers. Spinella against Picard, trying to turn around her. Stella takes it away. Held in the offensive end by Nofo. Up to the blue line and just barely out. Cesar Aravena on a backhand pass. Fredrickson looking across. Pops free. Mishandled by Nofo. Back for Cesar Aravena. He'll enter in himself. Rister down low is easily saved. Rebound Karam's off to the boards. Centering feed. Waterman has it. Waterman falling down. Still batting it ahead to Alstead. Long shot coming through for Spinella. Long hop off the end boards, and KPC will be able to get it out of their own zone one more time. 40 seconds left on the power play. Entrance coming from Spinella. Waterman should be able to get there first. Will be met by two Lions, but they both try to go to the far side, so he's plenty of time. Springs it into a breakaway. Here comes Schwartz, one-on-one. Rister, save made. Sherman shuts it down, keeps it a 3-goal lead. Lamakia almost cut off by Schwartz. Separated from the puck just enough. Now Schwartz will have an opportunity to collect it off the rebound. Trying to go back. Meza Salma had his pocket pick. This is going to be a 2-on-1, but we're back to 5-on-5. Lechmansky going across. The feed was interrupted. Lechmansky onto it again. Had his backhand swallowed up. Under 30 to play in the period. 5-on-5, like I mentioned. It's a 4-1 lead for Longwood as they find another opportunity off a deflection. Asturo standing on his head right there. Just trying to give his team an opportunity going into the third period. One more on to Sherman. He'll get that against Skinner. Gloved down by the defense of Cesar Aravena. And we'll once again end the period with a Longwood lead. This time 3 goals. It's 4-1 entering the third. We'll be right back here on the LI Sports Network. And we're back for the start of the third period. Longwood Lions ahead by 3 goals, largely thanks to Cesar Aravena. The other scored by number 29, who just took the shot right there, Boos. Pressuring into the corner, comes off for Kevin Schwartz, slides it ahead, intercepted. Lamacchia trying for a deflection in front, well coordinated by Esturo as he knocks the rebound off to the perimeter. Held up there now by 3 different players, ekes out for Spinella, tries to wrist it back down the wall, gloves away, and KPC fiddle it forward. Not out of the zone though. Here's Spinella with it again, dancing down into the right circle. Spinella cuts back, Spinella in front, looking for the backdoor feed. Just barely interrupted by KPC. All of this action again exploding in the first minute of the period. Longwood have had great starts to all 3 periods. Obviously their best start was in the first when Cesar Aravena scored 2 different goals in the first period as he gets laid out into the boards right there, right back up onto his feet. I'm sure he'll want to get some payback against Schwartz right there. Lamacchia, good speed, and he's going to take a slashing against him as KPC touch this up. It's going to be a 3rd power play for Longwood. They're 0 for 2 for tonight as these players take a couple of moments to verbally spar with each other. Tuzolo will go off into the box, 2 minutes for slashing. Sebastian Aravena, as per normal, will start off on the face-off. Can't win it. Chance to be worked out, and an airmail will go all the way into the Longwood zone. One of the captains, Aravena, back for it. Tries to wiggle it up the walls, but it was spit right back at him. Lamacchia touches up. Good move around a poke check. Fiddles past the second. Lamacchia wiggling his past 30s around Waterman for the shot. Rebound, covered up, and Longwood not going to get another opportunity there. Another good clear for this KPC PK. They've been doing a lot of that this entire game. PK has honestly been the strongest part. Lamacchia has Spinella to swoop him to help him out. Spinella on the left side trying to mount the attack. Aravena holds it into the zone. A shot through his stick. It was interrupted and went off to the right side. Boost trying to send it back in front. Rimmed up the boards. And we're going to get a whistle from the referees. Offsides it should be. Picard. She almost found a centering option. Now it's worked out in front and blocked away by Aravena. Another opportunity towards the middle. Stella once again stepping up for it. Smacks it off to the boards one more time. Her team now racing in to hold the zone. Cohen got a piece of that, but Aravena still works it past him. Aravena, he's going to split the D in on net. Aravena, what a save! Right to left in time. Shuts down Cesar Aravena. Held in the zone, but just barely. As we're back to 5-on-5 here at the rinks. Aravena trying to locate it to the bar. Come out for Lamacchia. Couldn't work past that crowd. Comes back for Aravena. Fans on his pass. On a second opportunity, knocked away. Mezzasalma will take a shot on Sherman. Got a piece of it, but spilt past him. Up the boards and out now. Trainer will have to hustle back for it as the puck will not be called for an icing. Spinella trying to take the hit. Mezzasalma with it again. Into the offensive end, but KPC will go for a change behind the play, so not a whole lot of pressure following up behind it. Trainer trying to feather a pass off to the near side with Mezzasalma. Mezzasalma across Spilina. Poked away by Lechmansky. Shot ends up going to the right side, centering feed. Sherman got his stick on it to lift it away. Would have been dangerous position for Skinner to receive it in. Mezzasalma holds it at the blue line. Looking off to his left, he'll shimmy down the wall. Still holding on to it. Mezzasalma dicing it around one more player, but a great recovery. Lamakia took it away. Another centering feed. Almost got through John Lechmansky. He was the last line of defense. Now with a falling. Lechmansky will have some more room to work with, but Skinner did recover. Work back to the rolling puck. 9:40 remaining in the third period. Been a while since we've seen a goal in this game. Mezzasalma. Carbeau trying to find the tape of Trainer. Went underneath him. Back for Longwood as they'll dump it into the offensive end. Lions don't seem too keen to send a strong forecheck. Plenty of time as they look for Alstat in the middle of the rink, but he was swarmed by 4 Lions. Somehow works away with it for a shot, and Sherman gets it into the glove for another whistle. With 9:10 remaining in the third. Joseph Tuzzolo came in for the draw. Sits free on the perimeter. Lechmansky trying to kick it out. Ricocheted back towards him. Lechmansky now losing exactly where the puck was, but good thing he had Lamakia behind him. Cuts past the blue line. Lamakia's shot hits off a skate blade. Wiggles off to the corner. Went down into the forecheck to try to take it back. KPC instead try to get it up to the near perimeter. Ends up for a shot for Fredrickson. Schwartz on the step up. Pokes it free. Skimmed down low. Lechmansky now trying to skate, and it will be a pass deflected by KPC that'll get it out of the zone. Schwartz on the perimeter for a 50-50 battle. Schwartz with it again, with room on the sharp angled shot. Shut down by Sherman. Lechmansky accidentally overskating it, has to go back and takes a hit from Schwartz. He's worked off the puck. The Lions trying to pass it out of the zone, intercepted. Tuzzolo will fiddle it back around. Schwartz to touch up on it, takes a hit from Lamakia. Now Fredrickson with an opportunity at the goal line. Swipes it ahead, and Longwood will get it out. Halfway through this third period, as we'll take an icing to pause the clock with 7:41 left. Trainer along wrister, blocked away by Aravena. Scooped up on the backhand and battled out. Quickly reloaded. Opportunity in front, Sherman. A great glove save. Off the draw will be played all the way down the ice. Waterman, first one onto it, tries to ricochet it off for Cohen. Caught up in the right wing corner, Longwood hold it alive for a second. Now Waterman falling down, has to get it off to Stella Picard. Worked up the near point and out. KPC load up at the line, force it through. Sebastian Aravena looking to lay a hit, works the puck off for his brother Caesar. Caesar now trying to pass it ahead for Boost, who has a goal in this game. Poked off his stick, back over. Longwood with options, and a long stretch pass will clear the zone. Boost gives it off. Aravena to his right side, Nofel. Back over. Sebastian Aravena loading up. Shot just barely goes too high. Rolling puck works out of the zone quickly. Caesar Aravena will settle it down. Aravena past three different players. He could try to split the D here. Fades off to the wide right for a shot off the pads. Rebound out in front. Cohen got a stick on it, but it's back over to the Lions. Sebastian Aravena looking for a passing option. Two teammates accidentally taking each other down, but it's all good for KPC as Allstat has it. Long shot. Blocker save that will ricochet over to Fredrickson. Fredrickson goes tape to tape with Sebastian Aravena. Drops it off on his left side, then gets it back. Aravena had his pocket picked. Down to 5:30 to play in this third period. KPC now definitely desperate for some offense. They've had one goal this entire game. That was all the way back, I want to say, the first 5 minutes of the first period. Shot blasted on net, but well wide. Spinella will control. Looking for options, gets it ahead. Boos looking for his second. Deflected by Trainer. Goes back for Skinner. Wiggles it around the wall. Allstat on the leg kick. Accidentally turned it over to Spinella, but a couple of wild whacks will force it free for KPC. Under 5 to play here in this third period. Looking more likely that Longwood will collect their 5th win of the season. Go +1 over 500. As Aravena taken down, that's going to be a penalty. The Lions getting another opportunity on the power play. More important to kill time at this point. So Allstat, the leading goal scorer for this KPC team, will go into the box. That's really just making matters worse because they need their leading goal scorer out there. Try to come back from this 3-goal deficit. Wilder things have happened. But with the 2-minute power play, like I said, increasingly likely that Longwood will walk away with their 5th win of the season. Face-off will go to Spinella. Pitches it around the boards off the backhand. Schwartz is the first one to it. Blasts it back over to Spinella. Trying to return it to the far point, and the other Schwartz brother will intercept it and force it free from the zone. Normally an excellent play from Joseph Schwartz, but in all honesty, he might want to hold on to that puck and just start a rush up the ice. You might need a shorthanded goal in order to win this game or at least tie it. Aravena patient. Not trying to force this into the offensive end when his team is up by 3. Now looks off to the near side. Spinella has it. Wobbles back to the left and drops it off to Aravena. And no pressure to get into the offensive end. Aravena will backpedal as a relaxed forecheck coming from Joseph Tizzolo. Passing it up to Lamacchia. He'll return it to Aravena. Aravena trying to turn around the check. Obviously, KPC have to be careful not to overcommit in the offensive end either, because then Longwood could try to burn them with numbers. Here's Spinella coming forward with his move. Already past 2. Spinella knifes it past the blue line, trying to work it out in front. Lamacchia down below the goal line. Circles it around. Cesar Aravena with it again. Lamacchia in. Accidentally turned it over to Schwartz. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Allstat. Longwood really accomplishing what they wanted on this power play. Down to 2 seconds left, and we'll go back to 5-on-5. Allstat will come out of the box with 2 minutes left. As Longwood continue to like the physical play from their team, Spinella couldn't pull the cord. Shot ended up coming through for Lamacchia. Now Cohen, he's going to get called over to the box. Refs potentially missing a couple of roughing penalties right there after the whistle. As Longwood will be on to another power play. This time, they'll close out the game with it. Longwood just trying to play catch and go. Sebastian hemmed into the corner. Aravena will come away with it as we'll get some more pushing and a whistle from the referees. They'll try to break this up. So we get 2 more into the box. Those penalties will be offsetting. Actually, no, we'll go to 4-on-4 off of that. Interesting call from the referees. Lamacchia setting it down low for Boos. Lost control of it for a second, and KPC will come back. Waterman looking for options. Stella comes up the ice for her shot, and it's eaten away by Sherman. So Longwood will be advancing to 5-4-0 in the freshman division. KPC falling to 3-5-1. Face-off taken by Allstat. Cesar Aravena with it. Reverse hit onto Schwartz, and he's leveled down to the ice. Allstat trying to make something happen. Aravena lifts his stick as a Salma has shot, and Sherman got it. As we'll have some more discussions between the players. Another face-off, this time fought forward by Longwood. 15 seconds left as we'll get some more pushing. And the referees to blow their whistles now. And we're going to run off the final 7 seconds here in Hauppauge. So an interesting game between KPC and Longwood, but the Lions are the better for it. They'll take the 4-1 victory at the end of the day and improve to 5-4-0 on their season. KPC now 3-5-1. That'll do it for us on the first broadcast here on the South Rinks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back here on the LI Sports Network for another matchup.